Andrew, you want to give me your name, what instrument you play, and who the worst pool player is?
I'm Andrew Weir. I'm a guitar player, and I think Greg is the worst player. I've never seen him play, but he claims to be worse than us, and we're all pretty bad.
Mr. Greg?
Same day, but it's a whole new fit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I hit record and then I start fucking changing the whole room and have all this stuff to do. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Still got scruff, but you know, it is what it is. Starting to dial in this little YouTube setup a little bit. I like this. This is not bad. You still get like the cool wall lights. Freaking Jigglypuff. Anyway, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to take you guys behind the scenes of a recent shoot I did for a band in Philadelphia, the Blackouts. The shoot was really cool. I feel like we got some really unique stuff. I'm really happy with what we got. And overall, I'm just really excited about the shoot because I haven't shot a ton of music officially like this. With the guys, with the Blackouts, we shot a couple visualizers for a couple different uses, but mainly for their Spotify backdrops while the song's playing. But this shoot was super chill. It was very low key, but I feel like we still got a really great product. As for the crew, we had myself directing and DPing this. We had my buddy Louie, my boy, PAing and doing some sick BTS photos, which I'm sure you're gonna see on screen. And then my man Kyle was behind the camera shooting some BTS. So Kyle, shout out to you. Thank you for doing that. I feel like this shoot is a good example of working with what you have to create the best product possible. I was working with very light equipment. I had a Nanlite 720, a Nanlite 500, a Nanlite 60C, I believe, with a spotlight mount, as well as a softbox. Then obviously I was rocking with my FX3 as per usual, and I would just occasionally throw that on a tripod for locked off shots.
I'll show
Give me a breakdown, what are you thinking?
So first shot of the day is also like one of their small videos for one of their songs. We're gonna haze it up a little bit. Just kind of a spotlight. He's gonna be sitting like back against the fridge. He's like on the phone. Camera's kind of panning in here a little bit, and then it turns to the mirror. There's gonna be a mirror here, and he's like singing to the mirror for a little bit, and it comes back to him and it pulls out. Quick, like 30-40 second clip. I think one of the best parts about the shoot was the location. We were able to find a studio in Philadelphia that had a really cool pool table setup looking room, and then the other room was this cool backdrop of old TV. Now I feel like 3 lights is normally like the perfect amount of lighting for me. I like one specialty light, which would normally be a tube or the spotlight in this case, sometimes both. And then I'll usually have a key, and then that third light, which was normally the 500, would be shot into the ceiling to bring up ambient. Basically, the whole idea behind this shoot was to create almost 30-second clips as if it was part of a bigger music video, but only create parts of the song that they needed for Spotify. That way we could bang out 4 or 5 of them in a day. Everything was shot for vertical first, which I'm fine with, but we shot almost everything besides one song horizontal as well, which was really cool. I used this shoot to try out a couple new things that I've been meaning to or haven't yet, and the first being the fisheye lens. It was really fun to use the fisheye. I felt like when I think music video or skate videos, the fisheye always comes to mind. I used a Beastie Boys song as inspiration for the fisheye shot, and it was really cool. I used that in our first song that we did with them, and I had the main character kind of like sing into the fisheye while pool was being played in the background, which all fed into like the micro like made up story as if they're just in some random dingy bar playing pool, like just the guys hanging out. And I think that came out really great, which was cool. And before I move on to the second song we did, I just want to say Sam, one of the guys in the band, a friend of mine actually from college, did a really great job of kind of spelling out what they were looking for and like giving some ideas for the story, so that way it wasn't all of my own creative, but giving me something to work with that I could take and bring into a shot list and figure out how to logistically shoot all of this, which was really awesome.
My name's Sam DEHANCER. I play guitar, and we are filming some shit, but we're just playing pool right now.
I was told that you're the creative genius behind a lot of these shots.
Someone had to do it.
It was really cool to take something he already had some ideas behind and figure out how can we make it look really cool, really interesting, and bring some life to those ideas through lighting or how we shot it, all of which I think came out really, really great. The second song we shot a visualizer for was actually for their song Snow Miser, which is one of my favorite songs actually. We had the main character, or like the protagonist of this story, really isn't a story, it's just like a shot to add interest. We had them sitting in a corner against this old school fridge, and I used the Nanlite spotlight mount to kind of just add this slash across them, which wasn't motivated by anything necessarily, but I just think it gave it a cool effect. We brought an old school phone for him to be dialing as if he's like trying to reach out to someone. In the song, they talk about, you know, calling and not picking up. And it was just one shot where we go from the actor calling on the phone to looking into the mirror at the camera and back to him to finish the song. And even though this was like the simplest thing ever, I just felt like it looked really good. It looked interesting. It looked fun. It gave that old, like dingy, old school vibe to the shoot, which I really, really liked. The final song we did for them in the pool table room was Gotta Be Taken, which is a song about finding a girl that you like and she happens to have a boyfriend. And for this one, we had the camera locked off in one spot and we had the band sit in various different positions with different members, like talking to girls, trying to get them to be interested, but the girl showing absolutely no interest, and we just cut really quickly between each of those. And I felt like the idea was really great, and I loved how it came out. The only problem was that we ran out of time in that first room we were in with the pool table, and we weren't able to get it horizontally, which is fine. I think just for me as a filmmaker, shooting something horizontally is always great, but for this song in particular, we weren't able to get it horizontal. We shot it all vertically, but I'm still happy with how it came out. I think horizontally it would have looked even cooler potentially, but you know, that's just a personal preference. But I'm really happy with it. They're really happy with how it came out, so really that's all that matters in the end. From there, we actually transitioned to a different section of the studio that had like 3 or 4 different setups in there, one being a regular cyc wall, and then the other one being a really unique like TV, old school backdrop with the lights and like the foil. It was really cool. I will say, I feel like this room actually gave me the toughest time with lighting it because the walls all were super reflective and then the TVs were also reflective. So it was really hard to get to an image where you can't just like see the key light clearly being in the background. My solution for this was to just bounce it off one of the walls, and I feel like that minimized the reflections, but they were definitely still there if you look hard enough when watching the video. But I think 90% of people aren't going to notice this, which is, you know, enough. It's not the best looking shot ever, but I'm still happy with it. I think the draw of the shot is how unique the shot is, and the backdrop and the TVs and the old school microphone, and less about the fact that it's lit really well or, you know, there's a little bit of a glare in the TVs, which is, you know, gonna happen no matter what. And sometimes you just have to work with what you're given. We were on a time constraint in the studio, and I didn't want to take a million years to figure out the lighting, so I just went with what I thought was simplest and looked half decent, and I was still really happy with what we got in there. This led us to the last part of the shoot where we were just using the cyc wall, and we actually had some extra time to get this last song done. It's their song Blackout, you know, named after the band, and we had all the band members take turns singing, which was really fun. We had them all get really amped up. They were a little nervous, especially the ones who don't sing, to get in front of the camera and be singing, but they crushed it, and it's just a fun edit that we were able to throw together really quickly, just literally them spotlighted as if they're on stage, and had them sing it, which was really cool. And we even ended up getting some of their friends involved too, which was a lot of fun, and I think overall everything came out really great. I think my favorite part about this shoot is that it was very new for me. I haven't done a ton of music stuff, especially nothing super official like this, and that's something I really want to get into, especially after this shoot. I think in the future I will be going back with them and shooting a full music video, which is really exciting. But shooting these visualizers was really eye-opening. I definitely wouldn't have taken this if I didn't like their music. I really like their music, and it inspired me creatively, and it just made me feel like I was stepping out of my comfort zone to do something new and just be able to get creative with it, and there not be a bunch of pressure to create a whole story, but like, what if we just created little scenes? And I think that's the most fun I've had on set in a very long time. It was so great. I actually really look forward to doing a full music video now, because after getting a few of these scenes, I was like, oh my gosh, I have all these ideas for doing a full video and having each of the band members play their part and telling a story, and really just flexing the creative muscles doing something new is always super great. And on top of all this, like, the band was super great to work with. All the guys were really cool. Kyle and Louie killed it helping me out, and this is definitely something I want to do more of going forward, like I've already said. Getting to work in a cool location with cool people, with cool client, and just like being able to be as creative as possible is always super fun. And on top of that, I just enjoy music as a whole, so I feel like this shoot was one where it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like, you know, I'm learning how to use a camera again, and everything's exciting. And that's just like how it felt, but with the skills that I have now, which is even cooler. But
But yeah, I mean, short video today, and I just wanted to bring you guys some BTS from a shoot I had a lot of fun on recently, and share that I'm just feeling very inspired going into 2026. I'm really looking to shoot some new stuff I haven't done before, whether it's music videos, narrative, commercial pieces I wouldn't think I would be doing. All of the above, I don't know. But I'm excited for what 2026 has to offer. So yeah, thanks for sticking with this one. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll be back next week, probably, but maybe not. So that's all for now. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. The second song we shot a their second song we shot a visualizer for was actually for their song Snow Miser, where we had the main. No. The second song we shot a visualizer for was actually for their song Snow Miser, which we had the character. Let me try that again.